Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatMap, your one-stop shop for live WhatMap. Unbelievable. Hi guys, how you all doing? I'm sorry we're a little bit running behind here. YouTube was being an absolute son of a what's it and wouldn't let me go streaming. Turned out, I think the description was too long. It's the same as standard description I use in regular WhatMap, but it appears it's too long. So, I've got a placeholder in place and we'll sort it out later. We'll patch it in later. Hi, how's everybody? I have set up this to be as much like a WhatMap as you could possibly want. So let's do this one. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. See, I've even got one of those on the screen for you. So, WhatMap has changed. Before we get started, I might as well do this now because there will be people asking me what is going on. We have got now one main show on a Friday. The Friday one is going to be all the 6 maps from the week, the maps that you would normally see in a WhatMap review. They're going to be shorter reviews, but are going to be cinematics. So what's going to happen, these daily shows, or these live shows, get this right, these live shows will be what I would normally be doing behind the scenes. What I do before I start recording the flyovers of a regular WhatMap review. This is I would normally explore the map, pick out the interesting bits, decide where I'm going to... You're doing the exploring with me now. The main show will be all 6 reviews, but shorter and more cinematic and hopefully easier to watch. What I'm hoping this is going to do, while I know the map makers are going to be a little bit more upset about this one because they kind of want a full review, there's a limited map making community, and the people that want to know the people I want watching the show are the people that, what map should I have, and then they'll have a selection of maps with nice cinematics. It'll look prettier and hopefully there'll be a bigger audience for me, because the old format, I've been doing it for 6 years now. It's grown as big as it's going to get, and typically, a little bit behind the scenes information for you here, typically a regular WhatMap, if it does well, I'll earn about £1 to £1.50 Great British money for about 3 hours work of an evening, and I do that like 6 times a week, and I've been doing it 6 times a week for a long time. It's got to change. So doing this, I don't know that it's definitely going to work because this is teething issues. We'll see how it all goes. But what we'll do is we'll do an explore of the top performing map of the moment right now on a Monday at 7 PM if the streaming system will let me stream. And we'll have a look at it. And then for channel supporters only, on Monday late evening, then Tuesdays and Wednesdays, we'll look at the other 5 maps in the same way that we're doing now. You're getting to see like the top performing map. The other ones will be as you're seeing now. If you want to support the channel, you're looking at $2 a month, $2 a month, which is pennies a show. If you can, that'd be great. If you don't want to, that's fine, because we still have the main show on the Friday. It will be shorter than the half an hour to an hour. Who knows how long this could be an hour tonight. Okay, this is Bringer of Fire. This could be an hour tonight. So what we'll do is we'll we'll then have the main show on the Friday. So if you can't support the channel, I appreciate just even thinking about doing it is marvelous. But if you can't, that's fine. Just watch the show. The Friday show will be at back to 8 AM UK time. So it'd be the normal WhatMap time, but it'd be on the Friday. And then yeah, we've got loads of new stuff coming as well. When I say new stuff, I mean Tutorials are the channel driver for me. I look at my stats, and my stats basically show me, even now, old tutorials from 4 years ago that are performing better than any fresh WhatMap content I do. So I've been working on a map tutorial series. I started work on it about a year ago, scripting it. And everybody who follows the channel will know that I had a really bad year last year. Everything just conspired to go against me. Lost my mother, had multiple occasions where I had attempted burglaries where I'm facing off with intruders. When I say multiple, we're talking 5 separate occasions where I'm facing off with intruders breaking into my building. So I've not been sleeping. Just basically my head's been mush. This year is going to be a better year. I'm determined. It's a fresh start. In terms of the tutorial series, I have scripted about 90% of it now. The scripting is the big part because that is how a decent tutorial is put together. You're getting all the information and you're making it as concise as you can, and then you're packaging it as best you can with visuals. So I'm not saying it's going to be out next week because there's 10 parts. It'll take me at least a couple of months to put it all together, but as each and every part is finished, I'll be sharing it with you. So I imagine in the next 2 to 3 weeks the series will start, and I'm quite excited about it. I'm also really excited about this map. Shall I stop talking? Yeah. Shall we start looking? I think we should. So how's the music for you guys? I mean, it sounds okay to me. Are you picking up the is that playing in the background for you? I can't hear it. Oh, I can pick it up. Yeah, I've got it now. I've got the trumpet. Anyway, right. So, okay. So what we have. Let me just pull up so that I can see what I'm doing here as well. We have Yucatán Bay by A Bringer of Fire, the top performing map of the moment, and it looks really glorious, of course, because why wouldn't it? We're using the Laviante 2.0 LUT, the real neutral LUT. We're using the neutral one, the middle one of all of those, and of course it's Bringer. Speaking of map making tutorials, though, I'm going to give them a shout out for it. I'll just scroll this down so you can read it if you want to in your own time. Bringer of Fire, I mean, they twice have been my map maker map of the year, as last year as well. I'm determined that it's not going to be this year. This is not going to be map of the year this year. That said, I said this last year of last year's map of the year when I reviewed it, because I don't want to give the map of the year to the same creator twice, and well, it's happened now, so maybe it'll be 3 times now. Who knows? There is a map maker masterclass from Bringer of Fire. I have not clicked on it yet. It's one of these. I want to finish scripting my series, get it done, because I don't want to be skewed, or I don't want to feel like even though people will make their own decisions, in my own head I don't want to feel like I'm plagiarizing any of his work. It might be the best thing in the world. It may be 10 times. They're 10 times better map maker than I am. I don't know whether the map maker. Do check it out. Definitely do go check it out. If for no other reason than Bringer of Fire is going to have a lot of I don't know, behind the scenes ideas and thoughts that you'll be able to just pick their brain, pick their thought process at the very least, and at the very most, it's an amazing map. Who knows? Amazing series. Who knows? I'm sure people will let me know. So anyway, so yes, I'm not. It's not. I know. I'm aware it's there. I've not been to see it yet because yeah. I just don't want it to affect my my work. Even just like subconsciously, I don't want to feel, oh, I better not say that because Bringer said that, he might think I'm copying. I'm just not watching it until I finish scripting. Once the scripting is done, I don't mind because the rest of it is just visuals. Okay, right, so this is Yucatán Bay. I'm guessing it's inspired. I should know it's more than. No, I'm not guessing. Right. We read the description, sort of. We flipped over it. Inspired by the Yucatán area. We're talking Mexico, I believe, because Yucatán. We are inspired by that area. We're not actually doing an exact copy. You can spoil it. Okay, keeping up with the chat. Hi guys, hi everybody in chat. I'm not calling out any names today, but I can see you all in there. So yes, if this isn't a good map, I don't know what's going to be. Right, shall we we'll do the usuals, I suppose. I suppose we should do this. Let's have a little look at the terrain heights. There's your terrain heights. Plenty of... Oh, look at this 25 tile in the middle there. Look at that. Hardly a hill in there. That's beautifully constructed. Okay, resources. You'd expect them to be strong, wouldn't you? You would expect them to be strong. Chunk of field painting around the outside there. We've got a few patches of offshore oil, very strongly done, really good there. And then if you've got Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, your fishing map is very varied and very strong. Got strong, I mean, big swathes of... This is one of the better fishing maps I've seen. I don't know if it's intentional from Bring It. I'm sure it is. I'm sure, especially this bit down here with the tuna. But I'm absolutely sure, certainly that is that's at least 80% intended, if not exactly how it was going to be. Sometimes you just don't know exactly how it's going to end up looking, but yeah, definitely the tuna down out here was an intentional thing. I'll be including a tutorial for fishing maps at some point this year. That is coming. Right, let's have a look at the start square, shall we? Ooh, there we go. Here's your start square. So, what have we got in start square? Start square. Oh, start simulation up. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Okay, so start square is... Well, look at this intersection. That is kind of a off-squint Dumble intersection. This is a very unusual, kind of nice. I like what he's done there. That is a little bit different. I've not seen one quite like that. This area here, I'm imagining, would be possibly good for industries, because we're right by the rail here. Right by the rail, so we can just basically ship in and out on the... Get your power station over here, so that you can just access the coal straightly? Yep, straightly into that area there. And then we have a big space for building over here. I'll catch up with the chat in a moment, so that's... yeah, I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm not, but if I just sit here and look at the chats, then we're not actually going to get anything achieved, okay? Plus, I have to record a whole bunch of cinematics for this at... well, not at some point, immediately afterwards for Friday's show. Liking this little area here. See the old scuff land here between the trees? It just breaks this up a little bit. It's very nicely done. There aren't many creators that would think to try and do something like that. And obviously, yeah, when you're talking Premier Division, you know, I mean, twice map of the year, so you know, we are talking about top creator here, so you'd expect that. Let me have a quick look at the chat, see how we're going. So hello, hi, hello. You went to the... I think this guy went to the store. Oh, well, that was me. Hello. Yes. I needed... Actually, I just had to go and get a drink. I'd spent about half an hour trying to get the stream software to work. And like I say, I think the problem was the description was too long. Once I shortened it to a placeholder, it started streaming straight off. Just a sip. Hold on. Yeah, Adam, you absolutely love it. I'm not surprised. I've not really had a look at it properly yet, but it's a bringer map you're going to. Hello DK, Parker's here. It's okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm okay maybe. Melody, yeah. Started playing on the map. Good. Oh, you started playing on the map of the year, so you should. Brilliant map. What have we got here? New BonBonBingo. Yeah, absolutely. Do I build? When I get the time, but I don't really get the time. YouTubing is really time consuming. I would say with this tutorial series I've been scripting, I'm up to about 16,000 words, I think it is. And it's, you know, I've not even started putting together any visuals, so yeah, it's a lot of work. Even the regular Watts map, you're talking 2 to 3 hours, or 2.5 to 3 hours typically. So yeah, I don't get a lot of time for it, sadly, but I do have a build. If you look at the playlists for the island, that is my most recent build. Nice start square. Evening, everybody. I think I'm up to date with the chat. Right, so let's have a little look-see at the highways. I'm not... oh, blimey, where the highway's coming in. We've got... Is it one here? One end here. A direct route through here. This is potentially a ring road or a well, not a bypass, but it's good. Oh, that's interesting. How? So there's your start square. So what's the? Well, we'll look at detailing in a moment. What's this do? Well, it gives us access down this way. Potential access down the coast here. Nice potential marina down this way. This is nice. I mean, I'm going to be saying this a lot. I find myself saying this a lot to myself when I am dealing with the top map makers and I'm reviewing their stuff, and I'm sort of like going, ah, this is nice, that's nice, ooh, this is good. Anyway, so the highway then heads off through a tunnel. What have we got here for edge detail? So we've got the trenches used for edge detailing. It's a nice little overlap feature going on there. I mean, it's good to see people just do something, just try something a little bit different. I don't mind this. I don't think it quite works at the top, but I also don't think it don't work at the top. Does that make sense? It's double negative. It doesn't not work, but I don't think it's as magical. When they did that first thing with the dam unit, the power thing, you know, in there, was that their last map or the one before? And that blew me away. This is fine. This is fine. I have no issues with this at all. Okay. Over here. So we've got a buildable zone over here, which is equally fine. Again, it's going to look good and feel good anyway. Liking the little roads over the top. That's very cleanly done. That's very, very cleanly done. Is that a little bush put in there? Possibly to hide some mantle. I'm not going to move it, because if it's hiding some mantle, it's doing its job. And if it's just there for detailing, like we've just got a shrub in the corner, then they've done a good job of putting a shrub. Whatever they've done there, they've put a shrub in the corner. Pull this down and across. Now, I don't know what this is actually intended to be. Probably just some form of what's the word? Causeway, I imagine. It seems I've got some ripples by the looks of it going on there. Apologies for the ripples. So if you can see those in the water there, I haven't let the simulation run. You actually saw me start the simulation, so yeah, that's my apologies. Normally I'd let that run through. We've got a little bit of underwater detailing. Oh, look at it. It's just nice, isn't it? Oh, it's just nice. Oh, I love just the magic of exploring a map for the first time. It just makes me feel like that warm, cozy feeling of like that new the new toy, isn't it? You know, I haven't played with my new toy yet. See here, where these trenches come to an end here, and they don't have that trench across the top. I actually prefer that here. Maybe it's just me, and maybe I'm wrong, because I usually am. But yeah, what have we got? We've got some pillars for pillar detailing here. That works quite nicely too. And we've got stacked. Is that stacked trenches there? One on top of each, one on top of the other, to give us this. This is nice. This is nice as well. Is that a trench there? Yes, this is trench within a trench or something. Oh, blimey. Gone to some effort, my friend. Gone to some effort. Anyway, that's obviously to allow shipping to pass through, because that causeway isn't going to let shipping through. I imagine, in fact, I know there's a shipping route through there because we've seen it in the images, on the screenshots on the workshop page. We've seen that already. Right, so anyway, that then loops back around through plenty of open ground there. So I see what this this ring road coming around here is giving access to this island. Is that an island? Yeah, this island here. And to this zone here. Ignore the volcano. Don't get distracted. This is me all the time. Normally if I'm be doing the whole behind the scenes stuff, I'm like, oh, look at this over here and look at that over there. Like, just look over here. I can see stuff over here. We're not doing that yet. We're not doing that yet. We're going to get to it. Ah, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Just super slick networking, as you'd expect. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Road over rail there as well. Then that heads off to the edge of the map over there. Now, anybody playing BonBonBingo, link is in the description. Here we go. It's, what is it? What is it? Everybody's favourite factory. Right, so I'm sure we'll find an essential lighthouse at some point as well, probably. Right, water flow in the start square. We've not done that yet. Where was the start square? It was over here, I believe. There we go. Right, not that we really need to check, but let's check. So yeah, we've got moderate water flow, not the strongest, but that's not a problem. It's not a problem because, I would say, you've got enough there that you can stick your sewage there, you can stick your pumping up here, and you would be fine. And of course, water towers is an option. And the second tile up here, you could steal water out of there. Or you can come over here and steal water from down here. So yeah, there's no problems there. And I guess, as we're in these menus, let's have a little look at the shipping routes. What have you got for us here? Right, so we've got one, which is looping down and around. Slightly convoluted route. Or genius, you decide. I'm guessing not coming through here because this is shallow water. That would work. Yeah, I mean, why not? Why not? Then we have a second route coming alongside it. Let's have a look at this bridge again. I don't remember. Oh, this is a tunnel, so that's not even a concern. We have a little shipping route coming up here into this bay. So that's very neat. And we've got a tiny little air route. Thank you. Don't know if you caught that. I'm sure you did. Tiny little air route here, which I guess might inspire you to stick an airport. Well, God, no. Where do you want your airport? You got space here, space here, space. Yeah, I mean, probably for me. Again, the way that Bringer does their tree painting, let me come out of this menu. The way Bringer does their tree painting, and just, you know, they leave these areas to inspire you into, because that looks like a runway area to me there. Possibly. With maybe separate second runway off this way, so you got the crisscross runways possibly. Oh, there's enough room there for an airport. There's that was more your harbour and marina area, but maybe over here as well you've got potential runway. I think I'd be having mine down here somewhere, Airport Island. How's everybody anyway? How's everybody? Okay. All right, Spectex, you're off already. Oh, good night, Spectex. Ah, it's good to have you. Rowano official airport, probably somewhere north. Yep. Why not? Right theme and LUT. Well, you'd expect it to be. Hi, Steve. It's great. Well, it's going to be great. It's already wooing me, as you do. Would the island be a good position for an airport, says DK? Well, that's a very good question. It's a very, very good question. I wish I'd thought of that one. You could build your own island. Yes, you could. Of course, you could reclaim land and do all of that. Now, one thing that's just caught my eye is this little bit of island here with the grassy texture showing through. I know it's done deliberately, very clearly. Is this supposed to be like seaweed? That would work actually, because that is very clearly shallow. It's also very clearly done on purpose. Very, very clearly done on purpose. I think Bringer is trying to, because you can see the underwater detailing there as well. This is being left out. This isn't like cliff drop. That's got to be a resource painting, surely. Maybe, or maybe not. I'm not checking. All I know is that is clearly intentional, and you can, if you follow the line of it here, you can just see that. That is, yeah. I thought for a moment, oh, I've found the glitch, and it's clearly not a glitch. Clearly not a glitch. Right, so let's have a look at some of these feature areas, shall we? Let's start off with it's a volcano. What have we got in here? We've really rocked that out. That looks really good in there. Why am I sounding surprised? That looks really good in there. That is actually one of my favourite volcanoes for a long time. It's got a really nice shape to it. And also, if you look at it in many a lesser creator, you just get this big cone, don't you? We've got here is like, you can see it was some kind of hill, and then the volcano is just like erupted, and I imagine at some point the lava has flown down. Yeah, it's a really very pleasing shape. Very pleasing shape. Then I did see, I did actually read in the description before coming live. Bringer's intention is this area is meant to be like a touristy area. So we're talking about, if you've got park life, then this is going to be the area to be playing about and having fun with park life. I'm also tempted to start using Move It and ripping things apart, because you have to do that with what's his name? Bringer's work. What's his name? I can't think of his name. With Bringer's work. I think I'm looking at this too closely. The old couple little fireballs at the bottom there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at those edges too closely. Let's not look at the edges too closely. Absolute perfection is near impossible when you're working with assets like this. But look at this staircase. This is precision. This is tough. Now, I did make the staircase somewhat similar to this in Bonbon Island, and I think I did a good job of it. And I would say that my good job is probably only 80% standard of what we're seeing here. The only grumble, if anything, would be that final step. Is, you imagine you're coming back down those stairs, right? That first step, it's a doozy. I mean, it's just not quite as wide as the rest. If I was going to be picky, over something completely meaningless and menial. But yeah, see what you got here. We've got the top of a tower with the top of a standing stone in there as well. And I imagined, well, the standing stone must have had some terrain work under it to get it that high. I think the tower will raise and down. Maybe, I don't know. Let's move away from that one, because we've got another one to really enjoy as well. Not the old footpath bridge. Oh, look at this footpath bridge. Oh, you show off. You absolute show off. Oh, I want to marry you, Bringer. That is just beautiful. Every single time you look at a Bringer map, you find something for the first time you've never seen before. That is absolutely remarkable. Let me have a quick look at the old chat again to see where we are. Where would you build a dam? On this map, haven't got that far yet. It's going to be hard. I mean, do you have to have a dam? If you want a dam, there was a dam on his last map. Fantasy map for Black Hole. Volcano, good place for a nature park. Well, there's 2 nature parks then. Yeah, the Monet was superb. I think we're up to scratch on the chat. I'm up to scratch on the chat. Little reminder, of course, if you're not following me on social media, I can share that with you while we're here. So let's do a little scroll over to. So we've got some stonework going along here to emphasise these ridges. This is sometimes less is more, right? And what we've got here is almost, if you look at this, okay, right, we've got, ignore this thing over here, right? We've got this stonework in here, but in terms of ruins, we've got this, we've got this, and we've got this. And that's it here. But what we have are just these tiered effects, and the vanilla rocks on each. I mean, it's all vanilla anyway, but the vanilla rocks on the end here as well. That is just special, isn't it? One thing I do want to check out though is, what have they done here? What is this? What have they used there? Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh man. What a legend, eh? What a blimmin' legend. Okay. As I saw the transition between that and here, and the very clever, again, very clever placement of the tree, just obscures the transition between one and the other. And I can tell you without doubt that that is very deliberately put there, just to hide it from the eye. That is just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Right, speaking of brilliant, let's have a look at this thing then, shall we? It's another one of these things, isn't it? That's what it is. Do you want to count the steps with me? No, me neither. Count the big ones. This is, again, this is really not something that I recommend anybody try doing themselves. As I tried at one point, the idea was to make a video out of it, to make an amphitheatre of this style. Yeah. And I tell you what, it just wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth the stress to make a video. What we got going on in here? Oh, look at this! Hang on, get my camera up. Now, we're not supposed to be here. We're not, so I don't mind that this thing doesn't have a roof. If I can turn the I can't turn the camera up, but yeah, I don't mind that it doesn't have a roof on the underside, because you're not supposed to be in there. But just that we've even got a little archway that you can look through is next level stuff. Just wowzers. Just wowzers. Let me grab myself some more of this drinky. So, right. Back to explore mode. What we've got over here? We've got some more of those steps. I guess the one thing with these steps is, once you've made them, it's copy and paste, isn't it? Once they're good, you copy and paste them. Again, here at the bottom, mind you, that bottom step, is that a wooden... Yeah, no, that works. I thought that was a big drop there for a moment, but that works. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate that. Again, driving through my living room. Very kind. Always the kindest. There's one for the BonBonBingo players. Oh, man. Right, so... Somebody said something about dams. I would say this is not a dam map. You've got... It might, I mean, there might be some dammable spaces around here, but it's not really a dammable map. I wouldn't want to put a dam on here. But just look at this old winding, wending river here as well, with the shape that the river has been slowly changing, and maybe it's trying to change its way through this way, and this will become an oxbow lake at some point, or a billabong if you're down under. We've got this lake again. This lake here, I think this lake's purpose is as much to fill this area and make it a little bit, I mean, it makes sense as well because you'd have water running off into this area, but it just makes the area a little bit more interesting. And say we've got this little dry river running off from it as well, very slickly done, and that just will just seep its way down, and that's just classy. Classy. I mean, yeah, motorbikes. I just seen the chat. Oh, motorcycle. Yes, thank you. I don't know. Have I missed anything? I mean, I'm sure I've missed lots. There's probably a lot of trees under the water. I know there's not any trees under the water. If there are, I could spend half an hour looking for them and not find them. Let's look at the shapes of the hills. This is just great hill work. Great hill work. And again, just subtleties here. Little subtleties here. Natural water runoff down here. And it feels like there is. It's devoid of trees. We've got this little bit of scuffing to the land going on there. We'll head round this way. I haven't looked at the fields. That's something I haven't checked. Let's have a little look at the... Let me have a look at that. First of all, before you have a look at the fields, we're crossing the river. So we've just got a little rock in the middle of the river. Thank you. Yep, it's what you'd expect. It's what you expect, really. Anyway, fields, field painting. Oh, a little pop in there of the old trees. That's... I've got my settings up high at the moment as well. That's a bit worrying. But yeah, sorry for the pop in there. But yeah, I've got settings right up high. There's no reason for them to be that bad. What's this texture then? Hang on a second. Got sand or oil. Down here. This doesn't make any sense. What have they done here? Oh, hang on a second. You haven't. Oh. Right, okay. I'm on to you, Bringer. So this is ploughed, right? Okay. I've worked this out, I think. Anybody in the comments, tell me how Bringer has done this. And it's not footpaths. I'm going to skip across to have a look. No, we'll come back to that area in a moment just to see whether I was right. But I'm pretty sure there's a little tricksy going on there. This is really interesting texture. Is that sand? Are we in sand mode there? Not sure we are. Have we got sand? We got beaches. Yeah, that is sand. And we've got quarries. Oh, a couple of pre-cut quarries along here as well. Just little subtle ones. Right, what have we got there? Random. You'd say ruined texture from underground pillars. I think you're nearly there, Random. I think you're nearly there. We'll go over there. You're halfway there. Yes, it's definitely ruining from something underground. Remember what I said previously about some magical work they did with the dam? Those long straight lines, if they aren't those dam units under... There we go. Let's bring it down here. Right, let's have a look. Let me have a look-see what's hiding underground. I'm absolutely sure we're going to... Okay, hang on. That's maybe not. And oh no, it is pillars. I thought with the so there you go. So we've got pillars just under the ground level. I'll take it back, Random. You can have points for that. I thought with the length of those we were going to see the dam units, but no, they've gone with pillars. It certainly works fine. Clever though, very, very clever. I think we're going to be seeing more use of that from people. Bear in mind though, pillars are buildings, and so excessive use of those would bring down your building count a little bit. We haven't got any extra special tricks going on here, have we? Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. No, this is just all... I mean, again, quality prop line work here. Looks easy. When you try doing it, it's far more difficult than you'd ever imagined. Ah, what a genius. What a genius. One of the things I really like here is the... so we've got the 90-degree angles on the map, and then you've got 45-degree angles on the fields. Just a little bit different. Just a wee bit different there. And then we have, of course, the winding river. We might have a look at this one. And we have the Oxbow Lake up here as well, don't we? Well, look at this. If you've got the 81 tile mod and you have access to this area, this is just a completely different feel. A completely different feel to the rest of the map. So you've got this lovely little farming area and just an easy, cozy, little comfy builds down here. Big posh houses maybe. Airport on there maybe. Park life area over there. Downtown over here. It just sucks you in, doesn't it? It just sucks you in and then spits you out. As you build a city and you realise your your city building skills aren't good enough to do the map justice. I mean, I'm struggling here. I'm struggling in terms of rating it. I'm really struggling in terms of rating it. I think I've seen everything I need. Let me park the camera over here and I'm going to look to the chat and ask if any of you guys need me to go and steer over something. So hang on, go plot twist. I make all the maps on the workshop. Yeah, use the chat now, guys, if you want me to go and have a closer look at anything, if I've missed something, if I've skipped over anything. But I am happy that I know what I want to rate this map. I will tell you in today's show, and all the ratings will be in What's Map Live at the end of the What Map Week at the end of the week as well. So you're having multiple personalities allows him to work. You guys. It's a great thing about the chat. It's just like there's always something going down. And no porn bots today so far. You know, it's still time for them to turn up, don't you? That isn't there, I mean, don't you? Where is the lighthouse? Do you know what? I'm going to check the coast. Because it could make all the difference. If we're missing a lighthouse, hang on. There is something else as well for that matter. Let me pull the camera back, and I'm going to move the simulation up. I'll let these ripples sort themselves out. I'm going to make sure they do. It's a huge problem if they don't. So it's not like I'm going to get flooding from this. There we go. Don't mess with the highways near the start square where the rail crosses, or you will regret it. Is that true? Oh, you need the lighthouse for your bingo. I'll go searching for it. I'll go searching for it. Alright, let's bring the speed back down so we get a smooth camera move. Yeah, that's better. Right, so where's the lighthouse? If I were a lighthouse, I'd probably be on this end island over here. Should we go and have a little look at the end island for your bingo? If it's not here, you can sue Bringer. He's robbed you of a line. Nope. Perfect opportunity for a lighthouse there. And we'll scroll down the coast over here. Let's have a look at the beaches while we're here. Look at the beaches. Quality, very simple. Kept it simple. That's all you need to do, really. Keep it simple. Just and again, this little rocky outcrop here. Notice how it just like follows the curve there. When you're map building, just look for little things like that. Just to continue a line, even if it's just like a hint of some trees or something like that somewhere. So good. Unfortunately, I'm going to say I don't think we have a lighthouse here. So that's it. 1 star for detailing. Right. I'm going to settle this camera. And oh, you want to see it at night? Do you know what? We can do this one. I don't normally do nights, but what am I doing here? Day-night cycle, disabled. Oh, I've got it disabled. I've got the day-night cycle disabled for a reason. Anybody know how to do this? I haven't done this in so long. Gameplay. It's use day-night cycle. There we go. I've got that now in. Oh look, we've gone and ruined it now. Everything's going to be upside down. Stop the cycle. Time of day. Right, we are now. I'll pause the simulation. Oh, hello sky. Okay. So for shipping routes, they're popped in these little red and green lights, so you know which is, you know, to steer between the two is the thing. Oh, this is a subtle little thing. Now, quality. Now let's have a look at, we have that, some flames on the go somewhere. We've got a flame on the go down here as well. Well, I mean, showcase your little cars, why don't you? It's not what we came down here for. We came down to have a little look at this beautiful thing. Please tell me there's a light in there. I think we've got lights in there. There wants to be. Oh, fantastic. Thank you for suggesting that. Thank you so much for suggesting that. Right, me bring the camera to here. I'm going to switch that back into... hang on, what am I doing here? Time of day. Midday-ish. That'll do. Right. So, are you ready? Are you ready? I'm going to give this thing some ratings. Aesthetics. Oh, hang on. That's one thing's bugged me. One thing's bugging me here. Options. Gameplay. Day-night cycle. Disabled. Oh, we've got this horrible back. It was okay until we switched off the day-night cycle, and now it's ruined. I have to go back into what's the word I'm looking for? I have to go back into cube map or something. Let me just sit the camera somewhere sort of pretty. There we go. Right, I'm not moving it. That's fine. So, aesthetically, I think it's got a really great design. I think it's just got a theme and LUT that really work so well for it. Got some fantastic feature areas. Everything comes together on this map, and I cannot see any way that it could look better than it does. So I'm going 5 stars for aesthetics. For detail, there's nothing wrong with it, is there? But that one step at the top of the pyramid, which is a little bit potential for a fall down to the bottom, which is quite possible on the pyramid, I guess. There was one thing that bugged me. Hang on. There was one thing that bugged me. I'd let that go. You know, I always let one thing. How much does this bug me? Down the side here. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. It's just a little bit. Just this bit. It's slightly distracting. Oh, I hate doing this. It's a very, very, very high 4 stars. I can't, because for me, there is room for that pyramid, that little pyramid, to be just a tiddly bit better. It's basically 5 stars, but all but. Very, 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 very high 4 stars. Gameplay potential, hands down 5 stars. I mean, this is just set up for gameplay. I thought I was going to do 5 stars across the board there. Right up until that moment, I remembered we had those little on the side. What could we do? What could we do with that? I mean, I'm not being able to fix. Fix isn't not the right word either. I'm not going to be able to do anything given... I mean, would a pillar pushed in there? Well, where do we have pillars? Not that pillar. I mean, maybe that pillar. But not that pillar. We've got a pillar that we can grab. Maybe one. Not that one. Not that one. We've got one over here. Am I going to have to put... Ah, this will do it. I'm not saying this is going to work. I'm not saying this is going to work. But if it does, I think you'll have to agree that there was room for improvement. If. It's a big if. Big if, isn't it? Oh, hang on, I just clicked out of it. We got one with a squarer end. Maybe that. Doesn't quite do it. Right, I'm just pulling out of that. With that very quick job there, I think this, and I still think I've got the wrong pillar. This is just the quickest fix I could do. I think that looks better than this. So I'm going to stick with my opinion that I think it's a very high 4 stars. Yeah, it looks worse. I agree, Drakart. It looks worse. Oh man, you guys. I'm evil, aren't I? I'm evil, but I'm consistently evil. Okay. I will give 5s across the board where I've got no wiggle room. I've got wiggle room there. Anyway, that is it from me. Thank you very much, everybody. I've got some cinematics to record now, and I've got 4 minutes left of music, so we have to end it here anyway. Thanks very much for this one. BonBonBuddies will be able to join me later on in about an hour's time for the creator request map. Then Tuesday and Wednesday, 2 reviews on each night. So that's the supporters on Patreon and on YouTube membership. And then we'll be doing What Map Week, where you'll get an overview of all 6 maps on Friday. That'll be 8 AM usual time for a What Map review, UK time that is. And that is about it. I made it through. I finally started streaming. Ugh. What the hell went wrong right at the start? But we're there. Thanks everybody who was live in the chat. Good to have a few of you. We'll be doing the same again. If you're not a BonBonBuddy, don't worry. We'll be doing the same again Monday next week with whatever is the top performing map of the moment next week as well. So there'll be that. Don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be. Right. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing, and for hitting the notification bell, because you know you want to, don't you? I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.
Come here now, girl.